Welcome in, everybody. It's Prod, and I'm here with Valentine.
Hello.
So, we took a trip to Austria. That's me. You can see me there. I was very tired, by the way. I was like 20 plus hours without sleeping. I just couldn't fall asleep. I usually have that same problem before a flight, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Innsbruck, Austria, which we went to. It was a lovely little town. As you can see, flying over the mountains was so freaking insane. It was a surreal experience for me personally. Had never done that before, especially being so close to them. You know, it felt like at some points we were quite literally under and below the mountaintops and in the clouds, and it was absolutely incredible. But flight was smooth, no real issues, especially flying from, where was it that we flew from again?
We flew from Bristol, so it was only about a 2-hour flight.
Super quick, super smooth, but then we got to the town, and it was a lovely little town. I'm gonna be honest. Very, very cold. My first real experience with like snow or anything like that. So that was amazing to feel that cold wind for the first time.
And we ended up staying in Old Town Innsbruck, so that's why you're seeing all the old giants, which are meant to be good luck if you stand and take photos with them.
Including that giant that literally looked like me. It was kind of weird to run into one of these statues that looked exactly like me, and then you have one that looked exactly like Lost My Sanity. Naturally, they're of course both real close to each other. But it was so cool to walk around and just kind of see all the old, I guess, stories. There's me. There's a lot of snow. I picked up so much snow just because it was so cool to have it for the first time. Like being able to make a real snowball, you know?
We also were told by some of the community members that it was 10 times snowier the week before and 10 times colder. So we kind of lucked out a little bit with the weather.
We really did get into the perfect kind of time there. But as well, by the way, if you ever make it out here to Innsbruck, Austria, we left a little piece of ourselves there. We left a little cookie sticker. We're not going to tell you guys where it is. We'll just say in Innsbruck, Austria, we give you some hints and you can find the nice little Cookie the Dog sticker. Hey, if you ever see it, let me know and you'll get a free sub on Twitch.
There's a couple little hints there and some pictures. If you're smart enough to catch them, you'll be able to lure your way to Cookie the Dog.
We then took a nice little icy walk towards a park. What was it called? Lou Magica.
Yeah, Lou Magica, which we saw in LA, but they did one here, and it was probably way prettier here than it would have been in LA.
Oh, it was amazing to walk through. It literally started snowing as well as we were walking, like snowing quite a bit. I was like entirely covered in snow at some points, but to see all the different, I guess, wire-framed like statues made and covered in light was beautiful.
They also had interactive little buttons you could press, and they would all make different noises. There's one coming up just in a minute, and you'll hear that it's timed with the music. They're very cool.
My socks were so wet by the end of this, and I was wearing, by the way, thick boots, double socked up. And it was still like piercing through to my feet. It was like that cold and deep in the snow. But it was so cool to walk around. Again, you're walking around in a lot of snow. A lot of the areas still have a bunch of snow covering them, multiple inches of snow. And I loved every second of it. And this is coming from somebody who's used to the heat and used to that LA weather, you know? So being somewhere like this, I don't know, I felt right at home, if I'm being completely honest.
It was the perfect winter little getaway.
It was so beautiful. I loved seeing all the lights, you know, and it was a nice little date night thing that we did as well, just walking around looking at all these. Took a couple cute pictures, even a couple ominous ones where we're literally covered in red light. It looks like Darth Vader standing in front of us ready to execute us. So into day 2, we decided to head up the mountain.
Lesson for you guys if you go to Innsbruck. If you stay multiple days, they give you a Innsbruck pass.
Oh, yeah.
And that Innsbruck pass gives you free access to pretty much everything that we paid for while having a pass in our pockets, not realizing it was there. So the tram up was free. all of the castles you're about to see could have
A
been
lot of the
free.
museums. So we were screwed by this, by the way, because we were like literally heading out the door, and there was a lady outside smoking, and she ran up to us, went, "Oh, oh," in German, speaking
Yeah.
to us, go, "Here, here, here," and then gave us these 2 tickets, and we're like, okay, we read them and we looked at them, and they were like something free passes, and we're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not sure what that is, but pocketed them. We thought it was like a, hey, welcome to Innsbruck thing, and no, it was like everything's free with this pass, and it was disappointing to learn that the last day, to be honest.
I thought it was going to be for the local things to the hotel, which there is lots of castles by. I didn't think it was going to be the entire of Innsbruck was free with this pass.
Yeah, so if
yeah.
you stay, I'm not sure if it's like hotel specific, but if you stay 2 days at least at the hotel that we stayed at, we'll just put whatever the name was in text there, but if you stay there multiple days, you'll get this pass that basically makes a lot of the museums, this tram all the way up the mountain for free. And let me tell you, man, it is so worth it going up here. It was one of the coolest experiences I've had in my life, looking down at this incredible view. And we got pretty lucky that when we went up, like, there was clouds, but for the most part, it was quite all right. Like, the next day and like the last few days that we were there, entirely covered in clouds where we couldn't see at all up the mountain. So I think we went at a pretty perfect time. And then we took a nice little trip over to a museum.
This is Ambras Castle, which was owned by, I think, the king of this area. He made this for his wife, who wasn't a royal. So this was his secret little love dungeon for her, and it has some crazy things in it that you're about to see.
A lot of Souls references, of course. I can't believe that these all got inspired by Dark Souls. It's kind of crazy to see.
I know, we found patches and everything, Joe.
There's so many cool armors. Nice zoom in at a penis there, a little royal a cock slot, if you will. But it was so cool to look at all the different, really well kept as well, armor pieces from way back in the day. A lot of these armor pieces are older than the entirety of the United States. And honestly, you see that so often in even like a little city like this in Europe. It's like, oh, this piece, oh yeah, just this one little thing is older than the entirety of where I live, which is amazing. It's incredible to see the history and how talented people were back in the day. With the incredible pieces of art that you have everywhere. You have this one little statue that is made of one piece of wood and is so intricate with different layers and clothings and bone and skin. It's incredible to look at.
This was a funny room because the person watching over kept giving me kind of odd looks, and I wasn't sure if I was allowed to take videos, but I'm socially awkward, so I didn't ask, so I just sneakily took videos instead.
There's just no way you're not allowed to take videos in here, but this room was actually kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
These were all treasures that were found in the vault of the king. And the amount of, like, he was like a trinket collector. He was like you know how people collect fucking pops now? This guy collects just incredible pieces of art and super weird, intricate things from different countries. And it was beautiful to see his collection. And we have a painting of Vlad Dracula here, literally the inspiration for Dracula. Some really famous paintings. Some cool swords that you might recognize if you enjoy Dark Souls and Elden Ring and anything in that style.
And then this is the gardens, which do look beautiful in the summer. Maybe I'll pop a little photo in to show you, but we got them in the winter, and it was very, very pretty.
It was so cool to look at the gardens. We even ran into a couple little creatures, huh?
Yeah, you guys will see them in 1 second. They were my favorite.
We had a couple of peacocks. And these, I believe, were the 2 female peacocks because there's no big feathers and they're literally just chilling. It was cold as hell, and I'd imagine they were probably pretty cold themselves. And you even had a little bit later on, I don't know if we got video of it, of the male. Oh, and we do have video of it. I see it.
Yeah.
And the male was just chilling. There was like 10 people standing around, like waiting to see if he would open his feathers. And he's like, nah. I'm hungry. I'm eating seeds. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
he wanted nothing to do with us.
Yeah, he didn't want any of our shit chat, but he was beautiful. Look at him.
And yeah, it was super cool to walk around. I ended up, this was the one and only place where we definitely didn't get video of this, but I threw myself on the ground to make a snow angel. And I will say, it was really cold. I probably should have worn my gloves when I did it. But I do kind of wish we would have gotten a video of that, to be honest. This here is one of those rooms, honestly, that I just walked around in for like 5 minutes. Just kind of in awe of the entirety of it. From the art on the walls to the wood carving on the ceilings, the plaques. It's incredible.
I didn't even realize till editing this after the beautiful like middle barriers that they've got, all these intricate designs as well. There's so much detail in that room, it's crazy.
It's a beautiful room. Then a nice little walk throughout the city in the night.
But this was this is Old Town, and it was so pretty in the night. If you're a drinker, this place is perfect for you. But I'm a kind of boring that way. I'm not the massive drinker of beer. But if that's your thing, then there are so many options here for you.
By the way, what would you say of the people that we ran into?
I think the people that were paid to be nice to us were very nice to us. And everyone else was very German. And I think that's probably the best description you can give, really.
Yeah, honestly, the amount of people, by the way, that once we left and we came back to like streaming and people knew this town and like lived close by were like, oh yeah, the people who work here kind of hate tourists.
Yeah.
And like from locals telling us that, and we're like, oh, it didn't seem like that. Now you catch an eye every once in a while, you know, you catch a little side eye that people are giving you before they give you a cheeky little smile. And I guess I don't mind that as long as it's not in my face. I don't give a shit. As long as my food ain't getting spit in, I don't care.
It's very European. American customer service is very different, and you're very, very nice the entire time. Europeans are nice to you to the point they have to be, and you sometimes get those little side glares.
and I understand it. You know, at the end of the day, you're tired.
Yeah.
Looking after a lot of people, looking
Minimum
probably
wage.
after a lot of morons who were there. I think it was like the Saturday that we were there, because we were there for, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And by Saturday, they had like locked the doors to our hotel in the night because there was like people out drinking and like, you could hear people out yelling in the night. I'm like, are those locals or are those dumbasses from other countries coming here? And I was just surprised to hear like a bunch of people yelling. But the trip was absolutely lovely. Had an incredible time. I think we'll be back at some point, to be honest.
For sure. I kind of want to see it in the summer and see how drastically different it is.
But either way, thank you everybody for watching and letting us explain our trip to you all. Hopefully you had fun watching, and look out for the next one.
Thank you guys.
Bye bye.